Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB and today's the 19th of December 2025. And yesterday, guys, the CPI data or the inflation data was out and the inflation currently stands at 2.7%. But here's the thing, guys, what happened since the last 24 hours? There has been a significant amount of inflows in the world of Bitcoin ETFs. And here's the thing, guys, this ETF inflows in the world of Bitcoin ETFs accounts for roughly around $439.9 million. So this goes back to the point which I've been saying since the last few days. When you talk about what is going on at a macro level, the investor confidence, particularly in the world of ETF, is definitely picking up pace. But unfortunately, guys, the process isn't reflecting yet. But look, guys, me personally, I'm definitely optimistic as to what is going to happen in 2026. But cryptocurrency is always known to a lot of volatility, isn't it? So we definitely need to be looking at a lot of things. Now look, guys, whenever I do consultation to my clients, I often tell them that there are two most important dates. The first one is the CPI data or the Consumer Price Index, which tells you what the inflation in the United States of America is. And the only website, guys, to go and look at the information is the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And the website is www.bls.gov. And what happened, guys, is on the 18th of this month, the Consumer Price Index shows at 2.7%. And what I'll do, guys, in today's episode, I'll go and read out some numbers regarding core inflation, the inflation regarding food, the inflation regarding energy, and quite a lot of other. Now, one of the reasons why this news is so important is because, guys, let's say if the inflation is picking up pace, it unfortunately negatively impacts the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now, here's the thing to remember, guys. On paper, when the inflation actually picks up pace, that should be the time the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency should pump up. Because the whole idea is that Bitcoin should be a safe haven against inflation, isn't it? Unfortunately, guys, in reality, that is not how it works. Whenever the inflation picks up pace, the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies tend to fall down. Maybe in a decade's time or maybe less. We might confidently state that Bitcoin is finally hedged against inflation, but here's the thing, guys, when you talk about inflation, this data along with labor market data as well as other information, guys, is being used by the Federal Reserve Board to go ahead and make a decision regarding the interest rate. So that is one of the reasons, guys, I do feel this data is really important. And if you look at ETF related information, guys, it is absolutely no surprise that there is a significant amount of inflows. So what I'll do, guys, in today's episode, I'll go ahead and share my thoughts and opinion on it. Now the next news, guys, I'm going to be talking about is all the way from North Korea. And Chainalysis, guys, they have published a report in which they have actually found out that North Korean hackers have stolen a staggering amount of $2 billion in cryptocurrencies. And here's the thing, guys, the hackers actually laundered these funds using Chinese brokers, mixers, as well as bridges and quite a lot of other things. So what I'll do, guys, in today's episode, I'll go ahead and give out more information regarding this drama. Now the next news, guys, I'm going to be talking about is positive for the cryptocurrency world. And the news essentially, guys, that they're easing cryptocurrency rules. And what they're doing, guys, they're essentially replacing the 2023 policy that was actually connected to state members. And they're replacing that with the 2025 policy. And this policy, guys, supports financial innovation while at the same time also maintain safety and stability. So essentially, guys, with this new policy, they've actually removed restrictions that was in place because the Biden administration were not fans of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, isn't it? And the new policy, guys, also supports innovation and also has fair regulatory standards. And here's the thing, guys, so far as the state member banks are concerned, in order to gain approval, the banks must actually go and prove that they have strong internal controls and enough financial resources to go and handle risk without needing federal deposit insurance. So we'll definitely go and discuss what this news is all about. Now the next news, guys, is in the world of tokenization. And this is kind of connected to the news that I talked about regarding US Security and Exchange Commission giving a green light to tokenization to DCC, that is Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation. Now the news, guys, is that DTCC, that is Deposit Trust and Clearing Corporations, they are actually working with digital asset to tokenize US Treasury securities that are currently held at DTC. And this, guys, will be the very first time that assets are made available on chain, isn't it? So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what this news is all about. Because look, guys, most likely they'll be piloting this program as early as first half of 2026. So we'll definitely go ahead and take a deep dive into this. And in 2026, guys, the narrative regarding tokenization is building up really strong, isn't it? So I'll go ahead and share more information regarding this. So look, guys, we have quite a lot of interesting things to cover in today's episode. And like we do in every Blockchain DXB podcast, we will be looking at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now both the news, guys, are absolutely massive news. The first one, guys, is all the way from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And the news guys essentially is that HTC and Humane, they are having a joint venture to go ahead and develop a focused data center in Saudi Arabia. So we'll go ahead and discuss why this news is so important. Because when you talk about Humane guys, it is connected to the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, isn't it? And they bring full stack AI capabilities and global strategic mandate. And so far as the joint venture is concerned guys, they plan to support most demanding AI workloads and also the future advancement. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss why this joint venture is so important. Now the next news guys is another interesting news, and this news guys is connected to the Emirate of Abu Dhabi. And the news guys is that OSN, that is Open Stable Network, they have announced a strategic partnership with Blockchain Center Abu Dhabi. And this partnership guys is to accelerate digital assets and also stablecoin infrastructure in the United Arab Emirates. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss why this news is so important. Now this partnership guys accelerates development of compliant digital financial infrastructure. And when you talk about the Blockchain Center at Abu Dhabi guys, they've been really active at the Bitcoin MENA event, and along with that they've been active at the Binance event as well. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss why this news is so important. And look guys, when you talk about stable coins, it is turning out to be one of the key players in the cryptocurrency world. As a matter of fact guys, you can also make an argument that stable coins are essentially turning out to be the safe haven against inflation, isn't it? Let me know guys what are your thoughts regarding it. So look guys, we have quite a lot of interesting things to cover in today's episode. Let's kickstart with it right away. Hey everyone, this episode is powered by a new sponsor, that is Amana, and they are the region's first and fastest growing regulated all-in-one trading and investing app. So look guys, whether you're looking into invest in US stocks like Apple or Tesla, or MENA giants like ADNOC or Salik, Amana puts the financial markets on your fingertips. It includes gold, foreign exchange, ETFs, futures, commodities, and guess what guys? They have over 375 cryptocurrencies, and this makes them the biggest crypto selection in the region. Now for the Blockchain DXB listeners guys, if you want to go and build long-term wealth without thinking about it every day, explore Amana's pre-built auto investment plans, and all you have to do is set your monthly budget, choose your preferred asset category, and let Amana automate the investing for you. Zero fees, zero lockups, 100% customizable. And here's the thing guys, funding your account is easier than ever. You can fund your account with Apple Pay, Google Pay, credit cards, instant bank deposits, and even crypto wallets. No friction and no hassles. And the best part is guys, let's say if you need support, you would absolutely love Amana for this, because they offer 24/6 human customer service, as well as a personalized sales support, real people, real help, and the customer support is in English as well as in Arabic. And for the Blockchain DXB listener and community guys, I do have something really exclusive for you. What you can do is register with Amana using the code Blockchain DXB, or you can also use the link that is in the show notes below. And here's the best part guys, once you register, fund your account with a minimum of $100 and at least go ahead and make one trade, and then you'll receive a $100 trading bonus credit to your account the following month. But look guys, it's real important to note, the bonus is non-withdrawable. It is there to help you trade and learn. So look guys, if you're looking for a transparent, powerful and easy to use app, that's Amana for you. So what are you waiting for guys? Download the app now, or you can also visit the website that is amana.app, and don't forget to use the code Blockchain DXB. And Amana guys is all markets one app. Next guys, I'm happy to announce that Blockchain DXB is the official media partner with one of the OGs in the cryptocurrency and blockchain event space, and that is Blockchain Futuristic Conference taking place in Florida this year, as well as ETH Women taking place simultaneously. And trust me guys, this is an event that you don't want to miss, isn't it? Because for the very first time, North America's most immersive Web3 event is heading to the United States of America, and the Blockchain Futurist Conference and ETH Women event is actually taking place between the 5th and 6th of November. And the location is absolutely stunning guys. It is taking place at Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock, which is in Hollywood, Florida. That's right guys, palm trees, panels, and the biggest mind in blockchain and cryptocurrency is all in one place. So there will be multi-stage panels, NFT galleries, DeFi showcases, hand-on tech demos, metaverse experiences, even outdoor VIP cabanas, and quite a lot more. And the Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock guys is one of the most iconic venues in the country. So look guys, if you're in the Web3 space, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, or even artificial intelligence space, or just want to do some serious networking, this is the place that you got to be. And to all of you Blockchain DXB listeners guys, we have something really interesting for you, because you can get a 25% off the tickets. So just use the code DXB25 and the link to the event as well as the code is in the show notes below. And as an official media partner, I'll be doing exclusive live coverage, interviews, behind the scenes access, and I will be spotlighting some of the most exciting projects shaping the future of decentralized finance tech. So if you're at the venue, guys, definitely come and say hi. Maybe we can catch up for a coffee as well. So listen guys, the code is DXB25, and by using this code you will be eligible for a 25% discount, and the event is taking place between the 5th and 6th of November 2025 at the iconic Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock, that is in Hollywood, Florida. And in the show notes below guys, there's all contact details for Blockchain Futuristic Conference Florida 2025 as well as Eat Women. And look guys, this is the future of blockchain technology brought into life, so don't just read about it, be there and head to the website that is futuristconference.com and go ahead and use the code DXB25. So see you at the event. Next, Advanced Media. Advanced Media guys is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE, so definitely check it out. And also guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen guys, do one thing, if you do want to support this channel, go to the website that is www.amt.tv and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gulf Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all, they also plan to release 7 NFTs, and these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform, check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds.
they continuously look for vulnerabilities in ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below.
Now guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now here's the thing guys, the global cryptocurrency market is not looking that great, and right now it is balancing around the $3 trillion mark, and there is a very high possibility guys, by the time you're listening to the episode, the global cryptocurrency market may have actually fallen down below the $3 trillion mark. But here's the thing guys, surprisingly since the last 24 hours, there has been a significant amount of inflows in the world of Bitcoin ETF, and the Bitcoin ETF alone is accounting to $439.9 million. So because of this guys, I do anticipate later on in the day, we might be seeing some positive momentum in the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. But look guys, whatever I'm saying is definitely not financial advice. Make sure you go and do your own research. Now along with the ETF inflows guys, another matrix which has pumped up a lot since the last 24 hours, and that is to do with digital asset treasury inflows. So both of these matrix guys clearly state a lot of businesses as well as high net worthy individuals, they are buying a lot of cryptocurrencies as well as Bitcoin ETF. So could it be possible we might see a spike in the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in the next few days? Based on the matrix, that is at least what it says, isn't it? But look guys, the cryptocurrency world is filled with a lot of volatility, isn't it? And it is needless to say guys, because of the CPI inflation data, a lot of the traders, high net worthy individuals and whales, they are the ones who usually try to manipulate the process in it. And that thing being said guys, if you look at the global cryptocurrency market, right now it is only at $134 billion. And I hate saying this guys, the volume of stablecoins is at picking up pace, and the volume of Tether USDT is still below the $100 billion mark. So let's see guys what the weekend has in store for us. Now that thing being said guys, if you look at the volume of decentralized exchanges, today it is below the $12 billion mark. It is at $11.63 billion, and the total fees connected for these transactions with $11.63 billion is accounting to $77.59 million. And here's the thing guys, the total value locked is below the $120 billion mark. It is at $119.12 billion. Now the decentralized exchange dominance guys has gone below the 40% mark once again. It is only at 37.03%. And as I mentioned earlier guys, the only other matrix along with the ETF inflows that has picked up pace is the digital asset treasury inflows, and today it is at $3.76 billion. Now just few days ago guys, it was hovering around the $2 billion mark, and the week before that guys, it actually went down below the $1 billion mark as well. And here's the thing guys, when you talk about digital asset treasury inflows, I believe this data is more connected to treasury inflows, where a lot of businesses are buying a lot of cryptocurrencies, and most of these cryptocurrencies are proof of stake protocols, isn't it? So based on this matrix guys, looks like people are buying a lot of proof of stake coins, putting it into the balance sheet, and then becoming validators. That is the only conclusion I can make. And this matrix guys, along with the ETF inflows, does give us some ray of hope that the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies may pump up. So let's see guys what the weekend has in store for us. And here's the thing guys, since the last 24 hours, the volume of decentralized exchange has picked up pace. Uniswap is leading the pack with $2.55 billion. And at number 2 guys is PancakeSwap, and its volume is $2.06 billion. Humidify is at number 3 with the volume of $1.01 billion. And at number 5 guys is Pump with a volume of $632.5 million. And finally at number 5 guys is Aerodrome with a volume of $105.07 million. But here's the thing guys, the volume of stablecoins isn't looking that great, and according to me guys, one of the metrics that does give an indication that Bitcoin will reach a new all-time high, that is the volume of Tether USDT, to be completely honest. Based on my experience, only if the 24-hour trading volume of Tether USDT goes above the $160 billion mark, then we could see a new all-time high for the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Unfortunately guys, the volume of Tether USDT alone is below the $100 billion mark. It is at $97.16 billion. Circle USDC is at number 2 with a volume of $12.29 billion. FDUSD is at number 3 with a volume of $4.12 billion. Now let's quickly run to the dominance, 24-hour trading volume and market cap of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now Bitcoin's dominance guys has marginally picked up pace. Today it is at 57.50%, whereas Ethereum's dominance is at 11.50%. And if you look at the 24-hour trading volume guys, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is only $46.21 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is slightly half of that. It is at $27.56 billion. But here's the thing guys, the market cap of Bitcoin is definitely not looking that great. It is only at $1.72 trillion, and Ethereum's market cap has fallen down once again. It is actually well below the $350 billion mark. It is only at $342 billion. Now look guys, every day in the Blockchain DXB podcast, I tend to look at one new matrix, isn't it? And today guys, I want to look at one of our favorite coins, and I'm talking about meme coins. And unfortunately guys, the matrix of meme coins is definitely not looking that great, with Dogecoin leading the pack, but its market cap is below the $20 billion mark. It is only at $18.87 billion. Now look guys, for the entire year of 2025 and 2024, the market cap of Dogecoin was well above the $20 billion mark, but since the last 2 months guys, looks like meme coin, particularly Dogecoin, has taken a massive hit, and it is actually down to $18.87 billion. Shiba Inu is at number 2nd now, with a market cap of $4.26 billion. Meme Core guys is at number 3rd with a market cap of $2.80 billion. And at number 4th guys is Pepe with a market cap of $1.59 billion. And finally guys, at number 5th is Pump.Fun now, and his market cap is at $1.11 billion. Now let's go ahead and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And here's the thing guys, the price of Bitcoin is well below the $90,000 mark. It is only at $86,423. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 0.16%. And since the last 7 days, it is actually down by 5.36%. Ethereum guys is well below the $3,000 mark. It is at $2,841. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 0.22%. And since the last 7 days, it is down by 11.17%. Binance BNB Coin guys is at $834.07. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 1.26%. And since the last 7 days, it is actually down by 4.48%. Now look guys, I cannot stress this enough. The information that is put out by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and I'm talking about the Consumer Price Index or inflation data guys, is probably one of the most important data for the final quarter of 2025, because it tells us how the US economy is doing, isn't it? And here's the thing guys, President Donald Trump yesterday, he also addressed the nation on how the US economy is doing, and he talked about the benefits of tariffs. And more importantly guys, if you look at the numbers, the inflation isn't too bad, because under the Biden administration, the inflation was the highest in 40 years. At one point of time, the inflation did actually reach around the 7 to 8%, and that was the time the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency suffered miserably as well. And this goes back to the point that I talked about earlier guys, when the inflation actually goes up, in an idealistic world and on paper, that should be the time people should be flocking towards Bitcoin and different assets, isn't it? Unfortunately guys, that is not the case. People usually dump a lot of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies when inflation picks up pace. And here's the thing guys, when President Donald Trump was addressing the nation, he talked about how tariffs will be benefiting United States of American economy. And because of the income that is received in tariffs guys, he officially announced to go ahead and give US military personnel $1,766, which is really iconic to 1766, isn't it? So look guys, President Donald Trump, according to me, is doing brilliant things for United States of America. And President Donald Trump has also announced a new website where he wants to go ahead and offer lowest medication for people in US. And according to him guys, he would rather give the money to people rather than insurance companies. Now from a political point of view guys, I would really urge you guys to go ahead and check what Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is doing. And Robert Kennedy Jr. is also a massive fan of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, by the way. And talking about inflation guys, President Donald Trump was definitely bashing the Biden administration, and rightly so as well, isn't it? Now what I'd really urge you to do is guys, go ahead and listen to President Donald Trump's speech. And what happened guys is yesterday the inflation data was out as well, and I cannot stress this enough guys, rather than watching mainstream media that puts out a completely different narrative, often fake news and misleading information regarding inflation, what I'd urge you to do is go to the official Bureau of Labor Statistics website, that is www.bls.gov, and go ahead and look at the data yourself, because based on the official information guys, consumer prices have marginally increased, and the November 2025 shows a steady 12-month increase, and that reflects the steady inflation trend. So look guys, a lot of people were saying that because of tariffs, inflation will be going off the chart. That definitely did not happen, isn't it? Now let me do one thing guys, let me quickly run through some numbers regarding inflation data. Because based on the official announcement guys, consumer price index month on month changed to 2.7% on all items. But here's the thing guys, when you talk about core CPI, it is currently only at 2.6%. So this is the core inflation that we should be looking at. And here's the thing guys, because of the US government shutdown, October survey data was skipped, so the BLS, that is Bureau of Labor Statistics, they had to go and rely on alternative data. Now look guys, one of the reasons why the inflation data is important is because based on the inflation data as well as labor market conditions, Federal Chair Jerome Powell at the FOMC meeting makes a decision whether to go ahead and reduce the interest rate, keep it the same or increase it, isn't it? Now look guys, 2026 is going to be the last year for Federal Chair Jerome Powell, and at the speech where President Donald Trump was addressing the nation, he also talked about the potential new Federal Chair Reserve Board, who most likely will go ahead and reduce the interest rate. And here's the thing guys, when the interest rate is reduced, it becomes easier to go ahead and take out loans, so people can go ahead and buy a lot of loans. And when it becomes easier to go ahead and take out loans, it does have a positive impact on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, isn't it? So according to me guys, because the November CPI showed only a 2.7% year-on-year rise, which is slightly below the prior months, it is showing a very strong signal that the inflation is easing, isn't it? And historically guys, based on my experience, lower than expected inflation can actually boost risky assets such as Bitcoin and also other cryptocurrencies. Because what happens guys is, it reduces near-term fears of aggressive rate hikes, isn't it? And this guys, according to me, could actually pump the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Additionally guys, investors may actually view this as a green light to go ahead and enter risky assets, and that is exactly what we are seeing in the world of ETF, isn't it? Because surprisingly guys, in just a matter of 24 hours, there is close to $500 million worth of ETF inflows. So look at the relative stability in core inflation, that is all items less food and energy at 2.6%, suggests that the macro environment could remain supportive for crypto adoption. However guys, cryptocurrency world is absolutely volatile, isn't it? Now what do you think guys happens to stablecoin as well as decentralized finance because of the CPI data? Because look guys, when you talk about stablecoins, over 90% of the transactions are actually taking place in the world of stablecoins, isn't it? And in 2026 guys, along with tokenization, the whole narrative will actually be regarding stablecoins. And here's the thing guys, when you talk about consumer price index data, stablecoins and DeFi platforms are sensitive to inflation and interest rate expectations. And according to me guys, a slightly lower CPI data may actually reduce pressure on US interest rates, keeping borrowing costs moderate and potentially encouraging more activity in decentralized lending spaces, isn't it? And it also encourages stablecoin usage as participants seek yield without excessive central bank tightening. So look, as users may increasingly favor stablecoins as a hedge against residual inflation and market uncertainty. Furthermore, guys, DeFi protocols that rely on collateralized assets could actually see inflows if liquidity conditions remain favorable, isn't it? So this environment, guys, according to me, can actually support innovation in decentralized finance, especially in yield strategies, tokenized lending and cross-chain activity. But here's the thing guys, volatility is extremely critical, and right now immediately after the CPI data is out, I'm actually seeing that the price is actually falling down. Now the only thing I can say is guys, keep an eye for the next CPI data, because the next CPI data, or the consumer price index, that is the inflation data, will be out on the 13th of January 2026. And roughly around 2 weeks from that guys, on the 28th of January 2026, Federal Chair Jerome Powell at the FOMC meeting will make a decision whether to reduce the interest rate, keep it the same or increase it. Now look guys, it is slightly early to tell what he'll be doing, but based on my understanding guys, most likely he'll go ahead and keep the interest rate the same. So in the meantime guys, I do feel that traders and investors should actually expect short-term volatility in the cryptocurrency and decentralized market space, and see a lot of momentum around these dates in particular. And here's the thing guys, crypto markets are highly sentiment driven, isn't it? And they often react sharply to macro level news, so making timing and positioning is critical for traders in my honest opinion. So what I'd really urge you to do is guys, firstly go ahead and listen to President Donald Trump's speech where he talked about inflation and many other things, and then guys, go to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, that is www.bls.gov, and just look at the inflation data from the first source. Now me personally guys, I'm really curious to check what actually happens over the weekend regarding the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now let's go ahead and talk about some interesting news that is connected to North Korea. And Chainalysis guys, they have actually published a report, and the report actually shows that the North Korean hackers stole a record of $2 billion in cryptocurrencies, and they did that mostly through massive attacks on major centralized platforms, particularly Bybit, because we know a few months ago guys, Bybit had if not one of the biggest hacks, isn't it? And if you actually compare this matrix of North Korea in comparison to the previous year, it is actually a 51% increase from 2024, bringing the total crypto haul to roughly around $6.75 billion. Now the hackers guys laundered funds to Chinese brokers and bridges over 45 days, and they did that in smaller transactions to avoid detection. And so far smaller personal wallet thefts are concerned, guys, they are also on the rise, but in terms of amount it is relatively less from each victim. Now what I'd really urge you to do is, guys, go to the Chainalysis website and go ahead and download the report yourself. And I believe they tend to publish this report every year or so, isn't it? Really interesting news about North Korea, but not surprising at all. Now let's go ahead and discuss some positive news by the Federal Reserve Board, because they are replacing its 2023 policy under the Biden administration that was regarding state member banks, and they're replacing that with a new 2025 policy statement that is actually designed to better support financial innovation while at the same time maintaining safety and also stability. Now here's the thing, guys, this particular update does actually remove previous restrictions and also give specific guidance on crypto asset activities, shifting instead to a principle of same activity, same risk, same regulation now. And here's the thing, guys, when you talk about banks, while the banks are insured, the banks must still follow existing FDIC rules, and the new policy provides a clear path for uninsured state member banks to go and seek permission for activities not typically allowed for national banks. So look, guys, when you talk about bank and the overall cryptocurrency system, this particular move focuses on removing strict restrictions, isn't it? And it officially resigns the 2023 policy that was more restrictive towards novel activities. And this new policy, guys, supports innovation because the new policy is specifically designed to make it easier for state member banks to go and innovate, while at the same time ensuring that they operate safely and do not threaten financial stability. And if you look at the regulatory standards, guys, the Fed, according to me, is moving towards a more principle of same activity, same risk, same regulation, as I mentioned earlier. And this essentially means that if different types of banks do actually go out and do the same thing, they have to go out and follow the same rules. So it is basic common sense, isn't it? And according to me, guys, this particular move puts a path forward to uninsured banks, and it provides a clear process for uninsured banks to seek permission to engage in activities that were not typically allowed for national banks. But here's the thing, guys, it'll only be possible provided they can prove that they can have strong financial backup, like 100% high quality liquid assets to protect against risk without needing federal deposit insurance. So look, guys, according to me, this particular move is definitely great, and we're seeing a lot of positive changes now, isn't it? And the next news, guys, I'm going to be talking about is kind of like a follow-up news, because a few days ago, guys, I talked about the US Security and Exchange Commission. They kind of gave a green light to DTC, that is Depository Trust and Clearing Corporations, to go ahead with the tokenization move, isn't it? And there's an interesting update to this, guys. The DTCC, that is Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, is now actually working with digital asset to tokenize US Treasury securities that are currently held at DTC. And here's the thing, guys, it'll be the first time these assets are made available on chain. And so far the tokenization plan is concerned, they plan to run it on Canton Network, which is a blockchain specifically designed for financial institutions. And a pilot program for this, guys, as I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, is actually set to take place at the first half of 2026. And the goal is to go ahead and make trading faster, safer, as well as more efficient. And the system, guys, is designed to follow existing regulations and also operate in a secure environment. And over time, guys, the DTC plans to expand tokenization to more financial assets. So this move, guys, could actually improve liquidity, reduce cost, and also streamline operations for banks and market participants. Now look, guys, the impact of this news is significant both for traditional finance and blockchain adoption, because it signals as major financial market infrastructure like DTCC is actively moving real-world assets starting with US Treasuries onto blockchain network, and this can improve settlement speed, reduce operational cost, and also unlock new liquidity by making assets easier to move and use, isn't it? And unlock new liquidity by making assets easier to move and use. And it also boosts credibility for tokenization, showing regulators and institutions that blockchain can be used safely at scale. And over time, guys, this could actually encourage more banks and also institutional investors to adopt digital assets. And look, guys, it may also set industry standards for how tokenized securities are issued, traded, and also settled, isn't it? So overall, guys, it represents a major step towards bringing traditional finance and decentralized technology together, isn't it? Definitely brilliant news. So look, guys, these were some macro level news from the Bitcoin blockchain and cryptocurrency world. Now let's go and look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. The first one, guys, is from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And essentially, guys, it is a joint venture between HTC and Humane Group. So let me go ahead and give out more information regarding this. And the news, guys, is that HTC Group subsidiary Center 3 and Humane have formed a strategic joint venture partnership. And the purpose, guys, is to go ahead and build advanced AI-focused data centers in Saudi Arabia. and the goal is to support up to 1 gigawatts of high-performance AI workloads. And so far Center 3 is concerned, guys, they bring scale, data center leadership, and also strong regional connectivity. And you mean, guys, they have full stock AI capabilities and global strategic mandate, isn't it? And so far as the infrastructure type is concerned, guys, it is next generation, high capacity, low latency computing facilities. And with this joint venture partnership, guys, they want to enable AI era with reliable advanced computing infrastructure. And the CEO of HT, that is Lionel with 8, guys, reinforce commitment to regional digital future. And when you talk about combining the strength, guys, on one hand you have Humane's AI leadership, and on the other hand you have Center 3's data center expertise. And the CEO of Humane, that is Tariq Amin, guys, highlighted the need for purpose-built, efficient, resilient compute. And the joint venture, guys, suppose mostly demanding AI workloads and future advancement. And the CEO of Center 3, that is Fahad Al-Ajiri, is focused on turning vision into real infrastructure capacity. And they will be expanding data center footprint and interconnected regional platform. And look at this joint partnership, if you look at it from an ecosystem point of view, it clearly supports regional growth, adoption and innovation, isn't it? And the platform, guys, is ready for large language models and critical AI applications, and they're ready to scale infrastructure to go and meet growing AI market demand, and they are future ready and they are designed to adapt to evolving AI technology requirements. So definitely interesting news, isn't it? So look, guys, when you talk about artificial intelligence, Saudi Arabia, according to me, is definitely leading the front. Now the next news, guys, I'm going to be talking about is from the Emirate of Abu Dhabi. And the news, guys, is that OSN, that is Open Stable Network, has formed a strategic partnership with Blockchain Center Abu Dhabi. And this announcement, guys, was actually done on the 10th of December 2025 at the Abu Dhabi Finance Week. And the objective of this partnership, guys, is to accelerate digital asset and stablecoin infrastructure in the United Arab Emirates. And so far as Open Stable Network is concerned, guys, they will deliver technology and operational resilience. And the platform's goal, guys, is to offer a scalable and interoperable stablecoin settlement solution. And they will be focusing on empowering institutions to adopt digital asset at scale. And this news, guys, supports UAE's vision of diversified, innovative-driven economy as well as in it. And look, guys, according to me, they have a combined strength of regulatory knowledge and state-of-the-art technology. And when you talk about Open Stable Network, guys, the expertise is stablecoin foreign exchange infrastructure for global money movement, isn't it? And so far as the Abu Dhabi Blockchain Center is concerned, guys, it is kind of like a hub for blockchain, Web3 innovation and enterprise adoption. So look, guys, the goal is to go and make stablecoin infrastructure seamless and trusted like traditional finance, and they want to facilitate cross-border payments and global digital asset adoption. And when you talk about the benefits of this partnership, guys, it will definitely accelerate development of compliant digital financial infrastructure. And so far as Abu Dhabi Blockchain Center is concerned, guys, they will be offering strategic guidance, technical expertise in ecosystem development. And so far as OSN, that is the Open Stable Network, is concerned, guys, they will help in connecting stablecoins and fiat across jurisdictions via APIs. So look, guys, this partnership is definitely great, and the mission is to go and build a trusted as well as a resilient network for global settlements. Really interesting and positive news, isn't it? So look, guys, these are some macro level news on the Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. I have a question by Madhu asks, how will DTCC tokenization affect crypto adoption in traditional finance? This, to be honest, Ahmed, is such an interesting question. Now here's the thing, Ahmed, I do feel that the DCCC, that is Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, is actually a really big deal, particularly for the cryptocurrency adoption in traditional finance, because DCC is taking real-world assets like the US Treasury securities and they're essentially putting them on a blockchain for the very first time. And here's the thing, this makes trading and settlement so much easier, safer and more efficient as well. Because if you actually compare to the old paper system or even electronic systems, it does become expensive, complicated and it takes a lot of time. So this move by DTCC to go and tokenize it, I do feel for banks and financial institutions, does actually show that blockchain isn't a crypto related thing anymore. Rather, it is a very strong tool that can actually improve how big an important financial market works. And over time, Ahmed, I do feel it will actually make traditional investors more comfortable using cryptocurrencies and also other crypto related technologies, because once they see how real world assets are being handled in a regulated and secure way, they will go out and try to learn more about it, isn't it? And according to me, it also opens up doors for more products like tokenized bonds or even other securities which will actually make cryptocurrencies and blockchain more normal for everyday finance. So in simpler terms, I do feel that DTCC, that is Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation's move, is actually bridging gap between traditional finance with the cryptocurrency space, and this could actually lead to a much wider adoption in the years ahead, making crypto less risky and more mainstream. And look, as the name says, Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, it is one of the financial giants in America that provides clearing, settlement and trading reporting services to financial market participants. And if you look at the revenue for 2024, Ahmad, it is roughly around $487 billion. So them making this move is definitely a massive news. And if you actually go to the Wikipedia page, it actually says that they made close to $500 million in net income, $482 million to be precise. And here's the thing, they also provide custody and asset services for more than 1.44 million different securities that are actually issued from over 170 countries and territories. So them making this move is definitely a brilliant news. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything Series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays we have Blockchain DXB podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the process. We look at the latest technological development. We discuss everything at a geopolitical level. We also talk about the latest updates and everything going on in the so-called cryptocurrency space. We also take a deep dive into different partnerships. And then we look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. We look at the latest technological development. We talk about everything going on in the Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, artificial intelligence, metaverse and even the decentralized finance world. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice and bye-bye.